Okay, so for today's video, I would like to argue with myself. Have you ever had that moment when you were prepared to say something to somebody, but before you said it, you had to like amp yourself up to be like ready for all of the opposing thoughts or arguments that they might possibly say to you, like ready to fucking attack and on the defense mode? Well, I feel like that's what creating videos online is like, except I'm having arguments with myself. In therapy, we were taught that was kind of negative core belief thinking and ruminating and preparing ourselves for the worst and maybe catastrophizing and all of these other cognitive distortions. However, I think I've come to realize, and I don't know if it's only applicable to creating videos, I don't think that preparing yourself for the worst is actually a bad thing. And I think thinking about the argument or the opposite argument from other people, whether it's going to occur or not, actually keeps you humble. And it prepares you to think about not only the worst thing, but maybe flaws in your own thinking. So whether you watch my last video or not, it really doesn't matter because it got me thinking. And as much as I drive that point home a lot, I would just like to supplement it with this idea that, one, it really doesn't matter what you think, and two, bring it back to a broader view of relationships. Again, this is always going to be the thing because I think that's what creativity is, relationship to things. Life is the relation of things. And so for me, my argument back to the void or back to the rest of the world is, if you don't like what I have to say, don't engage with it. That's all. But how do I say this? In terms of having a relationship with myself, I don't think it's healthy at all to have a relationship with yourself in any capacity where you feel like you shouldn't say something just because somebody else isn't going to like it. To me, that's not a healthy relationship with yourself. To me, that's not a healthy relationship with a single individual or a community as a whole. I think that everybody should be able to speak their truth, and then the responsibility of it on the other side for the audience or the viewer, much like relationships and intimate business and personal, is if you don't like something, don't engage with it. And I haven't even received any negative critique or comments, so this is like that defense mechanism that I'm ready for, like, okay, what do they have to say? What are the possible holes in my argument? In therapy, that's quote-unquote, negative thinking or harsh thinking that can eventually allude to catastrophizing. However, when done with respect towards oneself and humbling yourself, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to be like, maybe they're right. Maybe I do have to go back to my drawing board and think about this differently. Thank you so much for your opposing opinion. It helps me see things in a new light. I needed the differentiating contrast to realize there's a different solution here. Like, that's what communication, that's what community, that's what collaboration is all about. The freedom to express. If you don't like it, leave. If you do want to say and engage with it, do it respectfully, do it kind, and do it with humility. And so that's kind of my argument with myself to the rest of the world is, one, have a healthy relationship with yourself where you allow yourself to speak your truth regardless of what other people are going to think about it. And two, engage in a community that's going to be open to that. And as the responsibility of the viewer, if you don't like something, don't engage with it. Leave, go to a different community, go to a different conversation, go to a different contrasting view where you feel like you belong and you feel like you can have a healthy conversation with. Not every tiny little ecosystem has to belong to each other, but there has to be cohesion and harmony within that. I always say this, like, a lion is not going to hang out with a snake, but one is neither bad. It's just stay in your own environment and learn how to have harmony within each other. And that's it. So that's kind of like my opposing argument to the invisible comments that I perceive in my head or the reactions that I think people are having to my videos. But again, I'm just going to drive home the point. Don't really care what other people have to say. Learn how to speak your truth. If you don't like something, don't engage with it and just kind of keep speaking. And it's also okay to be prepared for quote-unquote the worst, even if the worst doesn't happen. Allow yourself to be humbled by contrasting views. And like to myself and everybody else out there, it's really okay to think about perhaps what the other person might think. I think that's actually okay to think about what the other person might think, so you can be prepared to handle that with kindness and humility as well. So you can handle their views with the same type of compassion and kindness as you would want them, and openness that you would want them to take in your views. So that's all I have to say in regards to the video from yesterday and arguing with yourself and other people that aren't even fucking there. So I hope you like it. I hope this helps. Whatever. Peace out. I love you. Good job, Victoria. Okay, bye.